7 News at 6:30 starts now.
First at 6:30, breaking news. Protesters blocking a busy area of Boston. This is at the intersection of Congress and State Streets. There's a live look for you right there. They're sitting down on the road, and this comes as protesters marched from a rally that was happening over at City Hall Plaza.
And so far, it's been peaceful. 7's Eric Kane live there with the breaking details.
Ryan, as you can see, the sit-in continues here at the intersection of Congress and State Street. These demonstrators have been out here for about an hour and a half. You can hear them singing and chanting. They had marched over from City Hall Plaza, where they held a rally, a defund the police rally, earlier this afternoon. And as you can see, they have carried their message here into the financial district. Taking a live look down Congress Street, where you can see the protesters have lined Congress Street with their bikes and then also their cars. Beyond that, there are police officers that so far have kept their distance from the demonstrators. Earlier, we spoke to an organizer at the event about what brought them out here. Take a listen to what she had to say.
Especially since the budget hearing is tomorrow, we wanted to put extra pressure on the city councilors because this isn't just a trend. A lot of people think that this is just a trend that happened 2 or 3 weeks ago. No, this is something that's been going on for years and will continue happening until we see real change.
And back out live at the intersection of State and Congress, you can see that the demonstration continues. They are calling on city councilors to defund the police and reallocate those resources towards social programs that would help minorities in the city of Boston. Again, traffic disrupted right now. There isn't much traffic because of the ongoing pandemic, but nevertheless, a major intersection, and they have brought their major statement here to downtown Boston. We're live in Boston. Eric Kane, 7 News.
And we have some breaking news from Mashpee. Crews have been searching a pond there. A dive team has been on the scene. 7's Michael Yoshida live in Mashpee with more.
Hey, Ryan, still an active scene here. I can tell you just in the last 15-20 minutes, we've seen the harbor master as well as a majority of the dive teams return to the boat ramp. They've started putting up some barriers to block our view. All of this following this afternoon's incident. If you take a look, here's video from Sky 7 showing the scene earlier this afternoon. You'll see fire crews as well as other first responders heading into the water, dive crews among them. Witnesses here on the beach telling us they were enjoying the afternoon when they were told to get out of the water. That's when they saw these teams start searching the water. They also saw an ambulance rush someone from this scene. We have video of that as well. So still very active following this afternoon's incident. We are working to get an update from officials. I can tell you at this point they're being pretty tight-lipped. But if we bring it back live, you can see the scene here as they continue to have a large presence right by the boat ramp. As we get more information, we'll bring it to you here on 7. That's the latest live in Mashpee. Mike Yoshida, 7 News.
And breaking news out of Yarmouth now. Police there investigating 2 troubling incidents, including what appears to be a noose hanging from a tree. 7's Jonathan Hall live for us in the newsroom. He has all the details. Jonathan.
Yeah, Jadian, very troubling. Police are searching for the person or the people who put that noose on the tree. It was discovered on a private beach last week. Investigators telling 7 2 teenagers were seen in the area with rope before the noose was found, but no one saw anyone hang it from a tree. That's not the only disturbing discovery in town. On Saturday, Yarmouth PD says a bunch of flyers promoting a white nationalist group were found around town. There were about 20 in all. Officers did remove them. The investigation into both incidents continues. Live in the newsroom, Jonathan Hall, 7 News.
And there is breaking news from NASCAR. The FBI says it will not file charges in connection with the noose found in Bubba Wallace's garage at the Talladega Speedway. Authorities say it may have been there since last October. That garage was assigned to Bubba Wallace last week, and federal investigators say they have video evidence that dates back to 2019 showing the noose in that garage. NASCAR drivers and pit crews showing support for Wallace yesterday during a race at Talladega. Now, NASCAR released a statement which reads in part here, "We appreciate the FBI's quick and thorough investigation and are thankful to learn that this was not an intentional racist act against Bubba. We remain steadfast in our commitment to providing a welcoming and inclusive environment for those who love racing.
Also breaking, a federal prosecutor is planning to tell Congress tomorrow that Roger Stone was given special treatment ahead of his sentencing because of his relationship with President Trump. That prosecutor, Aaron Zelinsky, was a member of a former special counsel Robert Mueller's team that prosecuted the Stone case. He says the highest levels of the Justice Department politicized Stone's sentencing by putting pressure on the acting U.S. attorney for D.C. In a testimony that will be given to the House Judiciary Committee, Zelinsky writes this: "What I saw was the Department of Justice exerting significant pressure on the line prosecutors in the case to water down and, in some cases, outright distort the events that transpired in his trial and the criminal conduct that gave rise to his conviction." Stone, a longtime ally and friend of the president's, was sentenced to 3 years in prison after being convicted of 7 counts of obstruction, witness tampering, and making false statements to Congress. Federal prosecutors had fought for a sentence of at least 7 years.